Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. We got your HCC news and information for the next half hour. Stick around for the show. Believe it or not, welcome to July. July the 1st is today. It's a Thursday. Hey, it's Virtual Family Fun Day. We'll have a special guest involving that in just a moment. First, Dr. Tony Rayo-Sutherland joins me this morning as my co-host. Good morning, Tony. Can you believe we've already made it to July? Well, we've got no microphone working for you right now, but that's the.
It's going to be fall before you know it. I'm going to remember that mic eventually.
we started off the month on a bad note there, but okay, you got the mic working. Hey, Tony, some big things going on at HCC. Of course, our campuses have reopened, folks. The campuses are open right now for business. We've got students on there at campuses for in-person classes. We've got a bunch more opening in the fall. And big announcement made starting next week. Looks like a number of us will be heading back to the district offices at 3100 Main, Tony.
Yes, absolutely. And also, don't forget, though, social media. If you want to learn more, get to us. Go to our Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Flickr, and just put in Houston Community College District. And you'll be able to find all the up-to-date latest information on what's happening.
Sounds good. Okay, Tony, stick around. We're going to get with you in a moment to interview the next guest we're going to introduce real quickly. Just joining us now from Discovery Green, we've got Sheilla Wright. She is a communications assistant. Good morning, Sheilla. How are you?
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We're looking forward to hearing all the things going on at Discovery Green. I imagine you guys are very excited that things are reopening across the city. So we'll hear about your happenings. We'll have Dr. Tony join you in just a few moments, so please stand by. Right now, we're going to kick things off, take you out to a gentleman who's normally based out at the Central Campus. Reuben Duran, are you usually out at the Central Campus?
Yes, indeed. And good morning, and glad to be here.
Good to see you. Reuben is the director of the XR Lab and Studio and the Center for Learning Innovation with HCC's Central Region. Reuben, you got a bunch of things going on. You're always known as the guy with all the cool gadgets. And we're going to be talking about AR and VR technology, how we apply them to HCC's programs. Let's start with an explanation of the XR Extended Reality Lab and Studio that you guys have.
Yes, indeed. The Extended Reality Lab and Studio, founded by our Central College president, Dr. Mudassir Siddiqui, is a dedicated space for the exploration and implementation of emerging technologies like virtual reality, augmented reality, drone for construction and architecture, 3D scannings, and so much more. We pretty much interface with many aspects of our HCC community, from departments, let's say the vast academy, where we work with students with disability in what we call VR and inclusive design. We work with members of our community, where we have the Center for the Healing of Racism that works in what we actually came up with, VR for Empathy, to create empathy in our community. And then it goes all the way to us creating VR symposiums with area colleges and university, and all the training that we actually provide for these emerging technologies for faculty, staff, and students as well.
Now, you mentioned something about working with the VAST students, but the other students at HCC, they may be hearing this going, hey, that sounds pretty cool. How can I benefit from these innovative technologies? How do you guys work with students?
So, for us, the space is actually where students get to collaborate and use very innovative tools, like I mentioned before, and learn in what we say is a collection of many of these technologies in what perhaps is the next tech revolution. And in this, it's actually very rewarding to see a faculty member from the fashion program, like Professor Cheryl Whitaker, work with her students in the lab, where they are the students in the promotion class are actually using 3D scanners to scan the designs of the students in the collections class and showcase those designs in immersive spaces. That's a very rewarding experience, and the students are benefiting tremendously from learning these technologies.
If a student wants to get into the lab and do something, or do you guys work pretty much like the maker space where they can go in and book some time, say they want to build something, use one of the 3D scanners, or work on a part for something? Can they book some time in your studio to get down there to do that?
Yes, indeed. But we actually are in a lab that works by appointment. And so we usually bring classes, and then from there, then they actually go and spend time working in so many of the different technologies that we have.
During the COVID shutdown, we're just emerging from that, 16 months later, getting back to our campuses and now to the district offices. What was the status of the lab during that time?
So at the very beginning, somewhere in April, we were tasked by our Central College president and our deans with finding ways to actually bring these technologies into online learning. And so we started to work with the students in the lab. We were open in the summer 2020, and they were scanning, 3D scanning and learning immersive technologies to create these amazing fashion shows for the students, since we were not able to actually meet in person. And so these fashion shows where the students are able to invite members of our community in, they choose their own avatars, and then they get to actually speak to these members of the community and walk them around these immersive spaces, showcasing the 3D design of the fashion students.
You guys also have a very exciting partnership with a construction company. Maybe you can tell us what that is, how it benefits students, and how it works.
Yes, this is something that we also think is a very terrific opportunity for our students, where they learn how to use drone in what we call photogrammetry technologies to create this many in the construction industry think is actually the next way in which construction and architecture are going to be assessing buildings in what we call the digital twins. So a digital twin is nothing more than a replica of a physical identity, okay? In where the students are able to fly a drone, let's say, of Central Campus, and it's 23 buildings, and then recreate a replica on a computer using standard software from Autodesk and photogrammetry software to create these digital twins that then they're able to manipulate to do a different design and or see how they're going to run power through the campus and so on. So it's a very exciting partnership. Skanska is one of the top construction companies in the world, and we feel like we are actually adding value to our students' education, and hopefully they will end up interning at Skanska using these high-paying skills.
It sounds like the technology they're learning there, they can take directly into the job market. I mean, when you're talking construction using drones to map things out, that is, it's old school, but it's, using new technology. And our students are actually learning how to do this. They could take these skills, even if they don't work for Skanska, they could go somewhere else with these skills they're learning, right?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Reuben Duran, he's the director of the XR Lab and Studio at the Center for Learning Innovation. Where exactly is the lab located on the Central Campus?
So we are in the construction hub that is the J.B. Whiteley building. Okay. And the lab comprises of 3 different rooms. So on the second floor, room 216, 215, and 215A. In that area, you can find us.
Reuben Duran, thanks for being here this morning and bringing us up to speed with some exciting stuff happening over at the Central College. Thanks a lot.
It's always great to be with you, Todd.
Good to see you, Reuben. Okay, I told you had some cool stuff out there. Tony, Well, of course, you learn a few things about Central Campus. You know, we always know to go to Reuben when we need answers for something. We always seem to reach out to him, whether it be for, the innovation they're doing over there or just simple answers about technology.
Yes, absolutely. I remember when we were doing the Fashion Fusion and he had that little 360 camera and he was taking shots. That was wonderful.
360 camera. I've asked for one of those, I think, for the last 3 years at HCCTV. Haven't seen one yet. Ruben, hook us up if you would. All right. We need to get a 360 camera as well. Okay. Tony, it's Virtual Family Fun Day.
Absolutely. And we have Sheilla Wright. She is the communications assistant at Discovery Green. Welcome to the show, Sheilla.
Hey, thank y'all for having me.
Great. Now, Discovery Green has a very special kind of mission. Normally, I wouldn't ask somebody what is their mission statement because it usually is kind of dull sounding and all that. But Discovery Green is not dull at all in its mission. Can you tell us what that is?
Yeah, of course. So our mission is to provide a space for our community as a village green, to provide a source of health and happiness. That includes the programming, the space, the park itself, just to provide this space for our Houstonians to come in and be their best selves, honestly.
Excellent. Well, you talked about it having a village green, right? What exactly do we mean by village green and how does Discovery Green provide that?
Yeah, so that includes our commitment to protect the environment, to be green for the community. That includes our recycling program, our composting program, to allow people to come in and enjoy our spaces. And that includes our fitness classes as well, not just the space itself for them to come in. So in every sense of the word green.
Very good. And so you said it's also a source of health and happiness. And so there's a lot of free fitness events. Can you tell us about some of those?
Yes. So we're happy to announce that we're extending the time for our fitness classes. We usually would stop in the summer. I know people are excited to be back in the park. We have yoga classes on Tuesdays and Saturdays. We have Tai Chi as well on a Saturday. We have a HIIT class, which is like a high intense cardio class. And they're all free to the public. And again, we're excited that they're extending until September 1st.
Well, and the Tai Chi really gets my attention. Coming from the theater, we use Tai Chi a lot for actors to learn how to balance their body and to control their body. So that's a really neat thing. And all that's done outside, right?
Correct. It's all outdoors. We use our large lawn, and some of our classes are held on the stage, depending on the amount of people, which they're very popular.
And how hot it is outside, probably.
Well, at least they're in the evening. You know, it's starting to cool down after 6.
Very good. Very good. So also, you talked about the compost and things like that. And what else is I know it's so many beautiful like gardens and things like that. What else do you have there that people can enjoy?
So we actually have a new playground, and the fountains are open again. So the John P. McGovern playground was renovated last year. Unfortunately, we weren't able to open, last year, but it's open. It's fully lit. There's more lighting for people to enjoy in the evenings. And again, the fountains are open now. So those are definitely things that are being used in this summer heat.
Absolutely. I know the kids, and sometimes myself, love to go into the fountains and just kind of walk through that area and get cooled off, right?
That's correct.
Also, you have some art. One of the things that I know that is important for Discovery Green is to present artwork and also cultural things. So what have you got going there?
So currently we have 13 murals displayed on the White Promenade, which is the main walkway. Those were completed for Earth Day, which was one of our bigger events this year we're happy about. So there are 13 murals from 13 different Houston artists. People were allowed to submit their pictures and they were chosen, and they are here until October. So that's exciting. You can come by and see that. And we have a new art installation coming in November. And at the moment, we're taking submissions from the public. The question is, what does Houston look like to you? And people have submitted pictures of like the Be Someone sign or a specific person here in Houston. And I believe 2 or 3 are going to be chosen. And the art display that is coming is going to be, it's going to look like the choices that are going to be made.
How neat.
Yeah.
And something else that I've always enjoyed there is the free live music, mostly. Tell me a little bit about your concerts.
So we just started that again. It's a Friday Night Live concert series. We have different local bands. Our next one will be on July 9th. We have Say Girl Say. The following one is July the 23rd with Bayou City Funk. So that'll be exciting. So we do have a few lined up for the summer, as well as movies. I know we're talking about lawn entertainment. We have movies as well. The end of this month will be pretty busy. On the 24th, we have Raya and the Last Dragon.
Excellent. So is everything free, or do you have to pay for anything, or what?
Nope, everything is free for everybody to enjoy. You just kind of show up.
Very good. How about parking? Where do you go for that?
So parking is a little tricky, but there is definitely a lot of parking accessible around the park area. There is a parking garage underneath the park that we share with the George R. Brown, street parking, and a few parking lots around the area. Of course, just be careful. You have to just watch for the signs, but there's definitely parking around.
Hey, Tony, I've got a question for Sheilla. I wanted to jump in real fast. Hey, Sheilla, I know in the past you guys have had these, when you showed some of the films, some of them were musicals, and I'm thinking Grease and a particular episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer that was a musical. Do you guys plan on doing those sing-along type of things again in the future?
I really hope so. At the moment, we have a lot of like family-friendly movies for the summer. But we hope to get back to that. That was fun.
How do you think Discovery Green are you going to expand? What are some new ideas, new things that you think that you might bring to us here in Houston?
We're definitely, we know we have to like constantly bring things to Houston. We're hoping to expand the programming. Hopefully we can get different kinds of programs to y'all. I can't really extend more into that, but
secret because it's going to be a surprise. It's going to be fun.
Surprise, correct.
Well, if people want to know more about what's going on at Discovery Green, where do they go?
So they can visit discoverygreen.com, but we really encourage people to sign up for our newsletter. That's where you'll get the big surprise of what's coming up next. So go to www.discoverygreen.com/newsletter and sign up there.
Okay. Well, that sounds wonderful.
It sounds like signing up for the newsletter is the way to go. You want to get the new information, and obviously Sheila's alluding to some big surprise, hint, hint. You need to sign up for the newsletter. So go to discoverygreen.com/newsletter and do that. All right. Thanks, Sheilla. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Tony.
All right. Tony, interesting things going on in the middle of downtown. It's good to see things are opening up again. We mentioned our campuses reopening. Our district offices are going to be reopening. And, things across the city were somewhat getting back to normal.
Yes, which is fun. And for us, we still have our summer fitness with the rec sports. We still have Zumba on Zoom, and we have it both at 6 o'clock at night. We also have it at noon.
Yeah, and we've got boot camp as well. We're talking about rec sports. Rec sports has a number of things lined up for the summer. You know, even during the shutdown, they were very busy at rec sports. They always try to provide programming online to keep our students engaged and give you some extra things to do. And that's no exception right now. So you still got some things online. Zumba on Zoom, that's a huge one. Boot camp, that's a big one as well. Go to, you can email them at sports@hccs.edu to get all the information. And Student Life is celebrating Independence Day. We got a long weekend ahead of us, and celebrating the signing of the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776, announcing the political separation of the 13 North American colonies from Great Britain. Who wrote that? A lawyer? Okay. Student Life. It's when we became a nation, folks. All right. We signed the Declaration of Independence. We won the Revolutionary War. That's the way it went. Okay.
We're celebrating our birthday. It's our nation's birthday.
Yeah, there you go. All right. We've got a bunch of things going on. Student Life's presenting on-campus free barbecue, live music, and fun. All today, Thursday, July the 1st, Coleman, Northline, and West Loop. They've got free barbecue, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
I'm going. I want barbecue.
And we've also got it at Central in Spring Branch, and then Stafford, noon to 2 p.m. at Central and Spring Branch, and Stafford has it from 3 to 5. So Tony, you could actually go at 11 a.m. over at Coleman or at West Loop, get your lunch, go to district, do some work, and then get out to Stafford by 3 o'clock, because I know you live out in that area.
Yes, I do.
And you can get dinner for yourself and family. So there
both lunch and dinner. I like that. And bring it home to the family. I mean, I'm free. That's good.
I know you got a lot of grandkids over there that you're feeding.
Yes, I do.
So get some barbecue.
Grandkids, puppies, the whole family are over here.
Bring them all out to the Stafford area at 3 o'clock today. So a lot going on with Student Life. They're celebrating Independence Day. We'll have a link to all of their events in our social media post. Financial aid's available, Tony, for in-person and Zoom meetings with students.
Yes. And there's 5 locations right now. There's West Loop, Central, East Side, A-Leaf, and Northline. This Saturday, or not this Saturday, but July 10th, Saturday, from 9 to 1, they're going to have it on campus where everybody can come. They can learn about financial aid, how to fill out that FAFSA form. That can be very difficult for a lot of people. And, you look at it and go, I can't answer all these things. I don't know where to go for it. Mostly go to your income tax from last year. That will help you. But the financial aid people are there to help you and help you register and that kind of thing. And if for any reason you can't make it out, we also have the virtual Zoom lobby. So you can go there and talk to somebody, chat with somebody. But we're ready to help you go through whatever hurdles that you may have to register now.
Yes. We'll get to that more in a moment. Gallery Without Walls, our galleries, most of them have not reopened yet, but we are doing it online. There's a visual exhibition happening where students across the system are showing their spring semester work on Instagram. We'll give you the handle and how you can go visit their exhibition on Instagram in the social media post for the show. And the HCC Foundation is saluting Yellowstone Landscaping for their $5,000 scholarship for horticulture students. 4 HCC students traveled to Yellowstone's Florida office to participate in its annual intern symposium. Pretty cool deal. To read more about HCC students' experiences, go to YellowstoneLandscape.com. Okay, Tony, you can register now for the summer sessions, which are ongoing, and we're also registering for the fall.
Absolutely. And there are 5 ways that you can take classes. It's a variety of ways. You have online anytime. You got online on a schedule. Hybrid, where you can either just go to a hybrid lab or a hybrid course where part of it's online, part of it is face-to-face, or there's, of course, the plain face-to-face. So any way you want it, all the time on the computer, half the time on the computer, half with people, however you need it, we've got the way to take your class. And it's hccs.edu/now for you to register.
Yeah, and keep in mind those in-person classes, which a lot of our students are saying, hey, look, I'm ready to go back to a campus. We do have students in classes on campuses this summer. We're going to be increasing the classes in the fall. Keep in mind, the classes will be very small and there'll be social distancing practice. So to get the professor you want, the campus you want, the time you want, where you can go to that campus and take your class in person, you'll need to sign up early. And as Tony mentioned, the link to do that is hccs.edu/now. Okay, before we get to tomorrow's guest, Tony, real quickly, want to remind everybody, we got some new things coming up with the show. We're going to be showing you a fresh look on the show starting in the next month. And then we want to, we're still broadcasting live on Facebook right now and YouTube right now. So we're live on Facebook, on YouTube. Every day HCC is in session, Mondays through Fridays. We won't be here Monday because it's a holiday, so keep that in mind. And then we're also, Tony, since we're getting back in the buildings, we're going to be rebroadcasting the show on HCCTV at noon and 6 p.m. weekdays when we're in session.
Yes, and that's going to be fun because we'll have a different set. We won't be in our little home back here because you can see my kitchen in the background. But
well, yeah, some of us will. Well, our guests will still be remote.
The guests will still be where they are, but some of the hosts will actually have a little set and all of that. So we'll have a little different look to it, but it's going to be fun and we'll reach people all over the place.
Main thing is, we were here during the shutdown for you every day, broadcasting live to make sure we brought you the most up-to-date news for HCC and the community. And we brought in some special guests, and we're going to continue doing that. Some of us may be in different locations at the studio at HCCTV. Some will be at home, but we'll still be bringing you the same information every day. And you'll be able to soon watch the same show, the live broadcast, as a rebroadcast on HCCTV at noon and 6 p.m. on weekdays. Okay, coming up tomorrow, we've got Future of Trade Technologies and Smart Homes with Walter Matt Adams of Industrial Electrical Program.
And we also will have Film Friday, which is Friday tomorrow. Michael Robinson of the Houston Cinema Arts Society. He is going to tell us about CineSpace, which is about the final frontier. And so they're looking for film entries to join that. And I guess the final frontier, I assume, is the space. Is that it?
You would think so. We'll learn all about that tomorrow. But Film Friday, and Frank Cooper returns tomorrow. So Frank will be on the show. We'll probably talk a little sports. Tony, you'll be back next week, right?
Absolutely. Oh, and don't warn Frank yet about when he goes out to the culinary places and
to the restaurants. Yeah,
stuff. Don't let him. You gotta.
The chef will be spicy.
Let's let him get surprised.
All right, Tony. We'll see you next week. We will see all of you tomorrow live 10 a.m. right here and Up to the Minute.